Okay, so if you did want to start a war, you wouldn't, was it kiss someone on the cheek? But what you would do is give them the Glasgow kiss. And so, let's see what bullies are taking over the playground today. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. Is going to be in the section of Iraq War or Afghanistan War.
That's Afghanistan.
Yeah, so apparently this is Afghanistan War, and if I remember rightly, it was about 5 or 10, pushing towards 12 years. I might be wrong on my time here because I suck at mathematics, but I'm pretty sure it's 5, 10, pushing towards 10, 12 years. I'm going to say 10, 12 years. I'm going to double check here.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay, next we got the Iraq War, and I'm going to say also 5 to 10, maybe 11 or so years.
20 years, Warner.
Alright, fine, I'm out. Was it 20 years? Was it 20 years?
Wow.
Wow. So please note, if I remember rightly, UK, America, Canada all got involved in those ones, and if I remember rightly, one of them got started by the Bushes, and the other one got started by Tony Blair.
Iraq. 8 years, Iraq.
Okay, so one war got started by the Bushes, one war got started by Tony Blair. Okay, so that is that section out the way. So one lasted 20 years and one was about 12 years or so. 8 to 12 years, give or take. Next, okay, important war in history. Now, I'm not sure whether to put this one. You could argue, is it important in general, or is it involved in USA, or is it is it involved in USA or important in general? History. You know, I'm gonna just say important for involved with USA. It was USA two powerhouses over what you could argue of who owned this peace movement. I can't mention much more in detail, but Confederates had better weapons, but the other guys had Abraham Lincoln, who was a very good fighter, and the other guys also had slightly better tactics. So due to that reason, that changed what happened in history, and I'm going to put that involved in USA. And next, we got the Boer War. No! Okay, got very important war in history is the Boer War. Britain came thinking, alright, we'll go to Africa's, we'll take it easy, we got this in the bag, but the Africans stood strong, they did. The war went on for ages, there's casualties on both sides, but the Britons did eventually win the war, but they didn't win it as easy as they thought they would because the Africans gave them a good run for their money, and major casualties on both sides, but overall it was an important war in history, and it was a lot closer than people think it was, and a lot closer than the British would have liked it to have been, and all credit to the Africans for standing their ground. So that's why I'm going to put important war in history. Next. Oh yes. two powerhouses, bit of name calling, space race involved. You know this. It is, of course, the Cold War. Okay, so it is more or less slightly towards the end of World War II, if I remember my history rightly, which I should. And when I say two powerhouses, it is, of course, America, and you got, of course, the Soviet Union, and both mighty powerhouses at the time. But really, what it really was name calling, and he was gonna think about maybe dropping something on the. Nothing happened. It's just name calling, and basically who had the rights and who did better in the space race, and ultimately, not much more than that. Okay, so. It's literally two powerhouses just name calling, saying, "Oh, you said this, you said that, you said that. We're the best. No, comrade. No, we're the best." It's basically name calling, and that was more or less it. Two powerhouses calling out names like two silly children in a playground, and it went on for a few years. That is that. Next. Oh, here we go. This one is, this one. This is, of course, if I remember rightly, was it the Armistice War? Or should we call it the, Margaret Thatcher War?
Falklands?
Yeah, was it the Falklands War? Sorry, Falklands War. Basically, Argentina tried invading UK. Thatcher, was it being the Iron Lady, basically did equivalent of Iron Man and got a giant load of soldiers, got them ready to fight, and Thatcher, was it, stood her ground, sent Argentina packing within weeks. Argentina didn't organise well enough. UK stood their ground over in, I'm going to say, less than 2 months.
Just 2 months, 1 week, 5 days. Well remembered.
Oh yes. Not the most famous war in history, actually. This war actually gets not recognised enough. It doesn't get enough credit. But yeah, Thatcher got an army, sent Argentina packing, and that was that. But yeah, well done. Next, we got this one. What is this one? We got the French Revolution. Okay, where does the French Revolution go? Not involving USA. Not Iraq/Afghanistan war. I wouldn't even say it's two powerhouses. It's not one which is less than 2 months. I'm going to put it right there in important war in history, and it's going to be, in my opinion, about freedom in France versus dictatorship in France. And I'm pretty sure they made a theatre production called Les Mis about it, and a film about it. Yeah, they did make a film about it. It had Hugh Jackman in the film.
Storming of the Bastille.
And I'm pretty sure it's the one which goes, "Can you hear the people singing songs of angry men?" That is it. That is the French Revolution. I cannot sing anymore due to the copyright rules. But yeah, I'm going to say important war in history. Not the biggest, but it was important in France. And that's as much as I'm going to say on that one. Next, Vietnam War. Okay, this one is involving USA. In America, they're going to say that they won the war. No, the truth is, America, despite having supreme tactics, supreme soldiers, supreme world tactics was it sort of loudspeakers and camouflage and brilliant warmongering. Despite all that, America lost the war against Nam. America will say they won it, but believe it or not, America lost that war in Nam. But it was a good, very, very, very good war, and you could probably see the film Apocalypse Now by Mr. Flopolis.
Not Spielberg?
So you can watch Apocalypse Now by director Flopolis, Franz Flopolis Coppola. Next we got a two-in-one war here. We got bang. Can't remember why I'm saying it's 2-in-1. We got one's a picture for World War One and one's a picture for World War Two. It was the same war. Okay, it's like one half of the war. Then World War Two, they say, alright, fine, we haven't finished it, let's start World War Two. It's the same war. It is the same war. Different sides joined in, but it still had Britain and America in one side, and you still had the other guys on the other side. It is the same war. Loads of casualties, but it is the same war. It's a very important war, but it is the same war. Don't let people tell you it's different wars. World War One and World War Two are the same war. And that is enough name calling and poking fun at other people in the playground for now. Don't have nightmares.